Greetings and salutations, friends! The channel has been a little silent the last week, hasn't it? And no, it is not merely because I have grown so scruffy as to be ashamed to show myself on camera. Although we are rapidly approaching that point, aren't we? No, instead it is because I am launching a second channel. Oh yes, indeed. And you cannot rush on over and subscribe to it fast enough because there is already a video up on it. A review of Sacrifice, the single best video game ever produced, and yet also a massive, complete commercial flop that didn't even sell 100,000 copies. How on God's good green earth did that happen? Well, you're gonna have to watch the video to find out now, aren't you? And I tell you, these more funny style review videos that I'm working on now, I really do enjoy making them, though I tell you as well, finding the right balance between funny, entertaining, haha, and serious, giving you a good idea of the game, damn, that is difficult, though with this one, I think I am getting closer to the mark. So again, please do head on over and let me know what you think on it. As for the rest of the channel, it will be primarily focused on gaming news, gaming culture, commentary and reviews, both of the funny kind and the more serious kind as well. Age of Sail was released quite recently, that one definitely deserves a second look, and a rather interesting RPG called Colony Ship, which is heavily inspired by a Robert Heinlein novel. Ooh. Now you know that's going to be interesting, don't you? Furthermore, I will also be reintroducing the WaffleCast. It'll be a weekly podcast where myself and Kyle will be discussing the various gaming news and happenstances over the course of the preceding weeks. Talking about the games coming out, the games being announced, what we're excited for, what we might be disappointed about, and also the various happenstances surrounding gaming and hobbies in general. This being a bit more of a wide entertainment and a little bit of a tech channel as well. Social media, of course, being somewhat inseparable from gaming these days. And the news many of you have been waiting for, Warhammer Fantasy Skaven RP. That will start the first weekend of the next month, that being the end of not next week, but the week thereafter again. That will also be the week that the channel goes fully live on the 26th of this month. It'll be myself as the GM, then we have Kyle, we have Dev, we have Discordia, and we have Hans, playing a band of brave Skavens. Actually, cowardly, craven, backstabbing little bastards trying to make a dishonest living in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. It'll be awesome. You know it'll be awesome, and you should definitely be watching it. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk also a little bit about why I'm choosing to do this now. Of course, when I first started this channel many years ago, it was intended to be mostly a Total War kind of thing, because of course Warhammer had not even just been announced, it had essentially been leaked, and being in absolute love with the Warhammer Fantasy universe and Total War, I figured no better time, right? And it was a smash success, absolutely. These days, my interest for Total War is somewhat on the wane, I must admit, though do not fear, my interest for 40k and Warhammer is not going anywhere, and there will continue to be lore videos on this channel every Friday for the foreseeable future. It was also the fact that back then, it was actually kind of beneficial to have multiple types of content on the same channel. It was quite beneficial for the algorithm, although I was coming in at the very tail end of YouTube gaming's life, as YouTube was strangling the life out of, well, Let's Plays and such stuff in general, really. Hell, even stuff like reviews and such are on a decided downward spiral these days, but now, and for quite a few years to be honest, channels primarily focused on a single type of content have been doing a lot better, but I am a stubborn little bastard, and what really gave me the kick in the arse to finally do this was really the hacking incident. Now, I do not know what precisely happened on the back end there to, get the channel back to me. It was even taken down for a while, bearing in mind as well, due to it being used by the hackers for some Bitcoin scammy nonsense. And something was done to the algorithm. I noticed that immediately once I got the channel back. Basically, all of my videos had been deranked like crazy. If you search for Warhammer 40k lore on YouTube, or hell, even just Google it, my pretty face usually popped up at the very top. Now, I'll be lucky to be in the top 10. And I can also see this on the back end. One of the most important statistics in YouTube is the total number of impressions. This is the amount of time that YouTube shows your videos to everyone, including subscribers. That metric has fallen by a staggering 75%. In other words, my videos are only being shown to people now about 25% of the time that they used to be shown to people after the hack. That is catastrophic a strong enough word? I ain't even totally sure. Good God, it's kind of awful. Now, many of you have been helping out an absolute ton by liking and commenting on the video, something that the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves, and it has seen the videos regain some of their ranking, absolutely. Now I'm getting only about 65-70% of what I used to get. So it has risen, and don't get me wrong as well. Thank you all so much. Like, it doesn't sound like much, but you gotta remember the total impressions are in the millions, right? And a rise of like 5 to 10% is genuinely incredible, but it took me like half a decade to build up that ranking in the first place, and you know what? If I'm gonna have to start from scratch anyways, I think I want to do something with a little bit of a fresh focus on things. Whilst my love for 40k and Warhammer is undiminished, I also want to do some other stuff around it as well, particularly because it is this day and age, and gaming culture, more so than ever in my opinion, requires some vociferous defense and support. I do believe I can provide some of that. Anywho, I'm not going to drag this out too long. If all of this sounds interesting, if you're interested in the RP, the funny style reviews, or just general commentary, then again, please do consider checking out the new channel. There'll be a link in the description down below, and it'll go fully online on the 26th, where I'll start making the commentary. I'll be moving everything over to that channel, by the way, and the content that isn't lore-related on this channel, I will be delisting by and large. Again, for the sake of the algorithm. If there's something in particular you want to snatch up, feel free to download it, no problem. There's a ton of online tools to do that, no issues. But most of it will then also, as I mentioned, be delisted afterwards. If you've got a link, you can probably still access to it, but for the sake of trying to regain a little bit of my algorithmic possession, and also just because I think it'll make the channel cleaner as well, a little bit more presentable as a pure Warhammer 40k and lore channel. I think it's for the best. There you have it then. Oh, and one final little note as well. I'm still not entirely decided on this, but I will probably be turning off the YouTube membership for this channel, and then instead reactivating it at some point on the new channel, since I will be streaming there, and I'm feeling kind of bad, because there's just not enough rewards available to YouTube channel members. I'd love to at the very least provide ad-free viewing, but YouTube talked about giving that out as a prize a year plus ago, and I haven't seen any sign of it, so I'm not too much of a fan of that. Right then, I'll wrap it up there. Thank you all, one and every last single one of you, so much for watching, and I hope you'll continue watching both this channel and the next one for many years to come. Until next time, I, as always, have been Arch. Have a good day.